And we are live, I think.
Yep, way live on this end.
Right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to 2022, the well-renowned sequel to 2020. You are joined tonight by myself, Sam of Blastpipe Productions, and Michael of RailAdvent.
Hello, everybody.
As well as Mr. Ethan Beadle from Peppercorn Workshop.
Wagwan.
So, tonight we are showing off a reskin. There we go, that's as much as my brain can handle. So, we are showing off a reskin that I cooked up literally last weekend in a moment of reskinning inspiration. We're also showing off the headboard fit to list very kindly by Ethan, which you can just see on the logo here. And we're showing it off on the Virtual District line from Backdated TrainSim. So this reskin is going to be released when we finish the stream. And I think that's all I can think of at the moment. Can everyone watching hear okay? Are there any audio issues at all?
Mine's alright now. I had the wrong mic muted, so nobody heard your intro, Sam. But
Again?
Apparently you're a bit quiet as well, apparently.
I'm
But,
a bit quiet.
some as reverbs just send on my end. It's been a while.
Go on to someone in Michael's chat.
I've turned the microphone up on my end a bit, so apologies if I'm deafening anyone watching on my side.
Yeah, I think everyone can hear you now. I think I just had the wrong setting muted.
Righty here. So, without further ado, because we've got a fair trek to go through, let's get started. So, we've seen the notice here. Good morning, you are driving the 1928 SS Heritage Rail, la-di-da-di-da. We actually aren't, that's actually listed here. I've literally just swapped the scenario over to use the stock wear on instead. So we'll close that. We're still paused at the moment just because it's a proper scenario, but we'll have a look at the reskins. So this is the weathered version. I was able to create this one thanks to Chris Wilson of Caledonia Works. He very kindly provided me with the Photoshop files he used when he was making the original textures. So what I did is I did my reskin as normal. I applied it onto the engine and then I used Chris's Photoshop layers to apply all the shading to it, which has created this look. And then I thought, well, it's London Transport, it runs in the underground, it gets a bit sooty down there, so I had to go at adding all the weathering layers on top as well, and this is the result.
Looks good from this side.
So let's hop in the cab and hope the scenario's stable enough. The coaches, I should mention, I have literally only just clobbered the whole shading on that together. These are going to be released at some point when I've got them finished, but these are still work in progress at the moment. So we are unpaused. Let's stick us lamps on.
Oh, express.
Well, we've got to be express. Something else we can do on this which is quite funky. We are using two engines on the same train, which TrainSim doesn't like for steam, so it may be a little bit skew iffy.
Oh, good.
So forewarned is forearmed. It does weird stuff with the scripting. When I did the test run, when I switched engines, it just decided to get rid of all the cab side numbers and replaced it with 000. So it does weird stuff.
TrainSim.
We'll just blame TrainSim. So, the headboard here has been very kindly created for us by Ethan Beadle. And yeah, I just thought it would be nice if we had a bit of a heritagey headboard to run with it, really. So, right, let's check the road ahead, which is set for us.
Hey, that's a good start.
It is a good start. Let's get rid of that.
I have to say the red
Let's get
definitely
that.
suits the loco.
I think it looks quite nice. Right, Michael, you're on the firing.
I'm on the firing to start with.
Yep.
Right, okay then.
Do you want to check you have keyboard controls? Try blowing the whistle. That'll
We've
do.
got it unpaused or not?
Yep, it's unpaused. You should be able to hear it.
Not really. I can hear you and I had sound before. Hang on,
Right.
let me have a look. Let's do it, see if it's done that usual thing.
Yeah. And just to double check, can everyone on my end hear everything okay?
So, to your end. Let's try that. Yeah, it's a bit quiet, but I can actually hear it. There we go. Right. Let me try and regain. Let me try and regain keyboard controls.
Yeah, I was just fiddling around with stuff.
Right, we're good to go.
We're good to go. Good,
Which
let's
is a
go.
good start.
What I'm going to do.
Well, I've never driven this engine before, so
Yeah, well, this will be a nice treat for you. It is, as usual, it's a very nice product from Caledonia Works. Look at all the cab cameras you get with it.
I was going to say that's a lot of camera angles.
I think we're going to stick with this one just because we can see all the numbers in the corner then. Because in all the years TrainSim's been around, no one's thought it would be a good idea to change the colour of the font so it's not the same colour as the sky.
I was going to say we're on the right side. I can actually read it.
Yep. And we have got some fairly sharp curves on here. Obviously it's, the track here has been laid for bogie stock. Which is why I've replaced the six-wheel coaches they used in the screenshots for the bogie coaches, because there were some pretty nasty close calls with derailments. And it's not pretty in TrainSim when you see a coach almost on its side going round a corner. So I think there's a 10 mph limit until we get onto the main line.
Are we stopping quite often then?
No.
No.
There's not, well, yes and no. There are a lot of stops, but they're all like turning around stops. Michael, do you want to deactivate your mouse? If you can.
I had to. What do you want? Close it.
I'll tell you what, we'll
Uh-oh.
pause it a second. I will hop onto Parsec and I will disable your mouse. There
Yep.
you are.
I don't need the mouse anyway.
Signals, well, not really green, but it's white, but It's not red, so we'll take that as a good sign. I'd say that shunt disc is clear.
Yep, we're alright to go.
Obey all speed limits and signals.
You think as this engine is quite small until you put it next to that, and then it looks huge.
It really highlights the difference in the loading gauge. But this is why I went for these coaches in particular, because these are quite short coaches.
Yeah.
And even then, you can still see the difference between the tube stock. So
I've got to remember how to fire now, have I?
yes, you have.
Oh. Trying to fire and work out where you are and pressing the buttons.
Yep. And because we're
Good.
on an actual timetable, well, it's not timetable, but we're on a proper scenario, so we have to watch out for other trains as well. And points and signals.
Well, you're the driver, so the signals are your problem. My problem is simply running out of water.
Or steam.
Or steam, yes.
And you have to manage it as well. Because
Right, what's the working pressure of this boiler again?
135.
135. Oh.
So we're pretty much there. Signal is green. Can't see what speed I'm going. Now, when I did the test run with this the other day, I must confess I was driving using the F4 hood, which meant my braking was done on a case of, oh bugger, we need to stop. Stop! So yeah, it may be a bit dodgy. It's been a while, I'm out of practice. So, what's going to happen as well, which is going to throw you, Michael?
Yeah.
Because this scenario was designed for electric multiple units, and we are not an electric multiple unit.
Oh, are we not?
Nope.
Damn.
When we change cabs, all of your firing is going to change. So when we switch from one loco to another, all of your firing is going to go skew-iffy.
Oh, good. Because you know I'm a professional fireman.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I have no idea where the 15-mile-an-hour limit is, but I think we're already in it. Yeah, which we were, but only just.
See, I've been here, so... Although I don't remember it looking like this, but...
Well, we'll take a little look around Ealing Broadway while we're here. I may have put a little Easter egg in. I've actually been here twice, not so long ago. I say not so long ago, it was October now, but...
Are you going to stop there, Sam?
You know when I said my braking might be a bit skew-iffy?
Yeah.
Oh no, I've stopped.
You have stopped and you haven't hit the buffers, so...
I haven't hit the buffers. And I've cleared the signal at the back. I'll take that as a total win. Mind the gap. So while we're letting people on and off, and blowing off under the canopy, we will change our lamp code. And now we're going to change ends and depart.
Well, that was quick.
Yep. So, congratulations, your firing has just completely and totally changed.
Hey, it's alright. That's ever so slightly better than I was before.
Yes. But the thing to watch out for is that as we go along, your water usage and your fire will vary quite a bit. So you'll find whenever we change cabs, you suddenly go from being fine to being not fine very quickly.
So how many changes of ends have we got?
Quite a few.
Oh,
What's that over there?
Oh, look, it's an Easter egg.
It must be working a rail tour from Ealing Broadway.
This is set in October 2021.
It might be. I wonder if I'm here somewhere.
Probably sat with your laptop trying to reskin something.
Nah, I'll be at the Travel Lodge over there somewhere. That might be me over there.
Oh yeah, I can see it, yeah.
Yeah.
Plenty of space in that travel lodge.
Well, the Travel Lodge was interesting to find because when we tried to find it the first time, it was absolutely chucking it down. And the problem with it absolutely chucking it down was that we were walking trying to avoid getting soaked, but there was a tree that had grown in front of the Travel Lodge sign, so you could only read the sign from the opposite direction to the way we were travelling. Yes, that train did just try setting off and stop because the signal was red, but our signal is red also, so I'm not sure what the signalman's doing here.
I'm also sure why the next signal is green and that one's red. That doesn't make sense.
Well, I think what should happen, if we try moving forwards, it will hopefully... Although we've got permission to pass, so...
Your points aren't set though, Sam.
They are.
Are they?
Yep.
Oh, we're going straight on?
Yep.
My bad. Well done you. Your emergency broke already.
No, what's happened is we've passed the signal at danger, but we had permission to pass said signal at danger.
This has gone well so far.
It's also interesting because I'm fairly certain this loco doesn't actually have AWS. So I'm not sure how the...
Does Underground have AWS?
Well, whether the Underground does or not, I don't think it's scripted onto the engine, so I don't think it should matter, but... I just hope that one signal hasn't screwed up the rest of them.
There's only one way to find out.
Fight?
I've just realised I'm doing part 1 of 2, so I could really screw Reese over for tomorrow and leave the engine in a really poor state.
Yes, you could.
Oh, we're coming to the end, right? Dump everything.
Yeah, you could leave it with no fire or water. And an hour and a half to run. $15 miles an hour. You know that signal was at... Oh no, it's okay. It's on the other line. We're fine. It's all good.
Come on, Sam, you should know that trains coming towards you should be on the left.
Yeah, there should be, but... we are on the Underground. And it does follow different rules to the normal network. I've then got a 20 coming up, so I want to not exceed that. We also will have another service in front of us which we may catch up to. So that's fun.
Probable.
Yeah, I totally didn't have to do an emergency stop to avoid running into the back of it before. It's the Underground low. Yeah, but the signals are like 2 metres apart. They don't give you any braking distance.
They're not really made for steam walkers, are they really?
No, it's like green, 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 red, train. Clunk, 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 clunk. That's 35.
And you've got a green.
Yep.
Whatever that means.
It means it's not just good, but it's double good.
That double means for it.
Yeah, I'll take that.
You're outside of the 25 zone?
Yep.
Oh yeah, you are. Fair enough. Don't ruin my pressure. I've not had to do anything yet.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna hold you fully accountable for any issues with the firing because I'm not keeping an eye on it whatsoever.
Yeah, I've never driven this or driven the route, so
Well,
I'll be surprised if we do not have a problem.
yeah,
That's gonna cost us that.
there's a lot of hills in it. Something to do with going in and out of London. Also, because she were blowing off on that when we left it, that's going to be blowing off for the rest of the thing. At least it's
It'll be
quiet.
fine. I realised you put the grimy one on the front to do the ECS in, and then the nice clean one to do the proper run.
Yep.
Was that accidental or?
Well, it was the first time round, but after doing my test run, I thought it worked better that way. I think we end up using this front loco a little bit more than we end up using the back one, but we do still use the back one. This is what I meant about my braking being a bit skew-iffy. But it's like 35 and then 40 and then 20 and then 40 and then 35 and then 25.
Maybe want to take a steam engine on a commuter network.
Yeah. Keep an eye out for other traffic and signals ahead.
Service D78 is in front of you.
Yep.
Oh,
Did you just pause it?
I didn't pause it. Did you pause it?
No.
Oh, that was close.
It's not supposed to be at red. Because the one after's at green. It might have screwed up the signals with that first one, and we might have spent too long dawdling in the depot.
Numpties.
Well, if the signalman doesn't give you permission to go, but the points are set,
Go.
we take an executive decision and we turn off the AWS and proceed anyway. Because that's what real train drivers do in the real world.
You should whistle through that red to make it official.
Oh, we did.
Did we?
Yeah, I don't know what red you're talking about. I saw a green there. Right, 40 up until the end of Chiswick Park when it randomly drops to a 25 for no reason, and then a 35 and then a 40 again.
Oh, it sounds good.
It does sound good. It goes good as well, but don't forget we have got 2 of them on a train that one of them could easily handle.
We did send a request to pass the signal at danger, but it came back as denied.
Yeah, they said we couldn't do it, so we just did it anyway.
Oh, echo. That was nice. I mean, I should go and see the real life version of this.
It's one I've still... Well, I say it's one I've still yet to see. That's not entirely true. I've actually seen this loco quite a lot. But I've yet to see it in one piece. It, prior to being restored, it spent a very long time sat down the side of Haworth Shed. With just the frames and the tank on top. And there is other stock on the line. All this other stock on the line is freeware included with a route.
Alright.
So that's pretty good. There's a nice selection of it as well.
I mean, yeah, because normally when we do these things, we just put it in a free roam, so this is the first time we've actually got to deal with other trains.
Yep. Also, I've taken the executive decision to ignore the speed limits and keep to the suggested 30 to 40. Just because it's a real pain trying to do an emergency stop to get down to 25 at the end of every platform, just to then accelerate again immediately after.
I think you should follow it. Make it fun.
Yeah, but I'm also being lazy.
I mean, that
See,
is a
it's
weird...
It's like 25,
I can only assume
35.
that's where it changes over power or something.
Yeah. Which we don't need to do, so we'll ignore. Again, it's like 25, 35, 25, 35, 25.
Oh, and then that's a big 25 step.
Yeah.
I mean, that is pretty sharp of a bend, so... Right, I'm gonna put some, do some firemaning.
Fireminging.
Right, is that on?
Yep.
As a quick test? Yeah, that's on.
It sounds like it is anyway.
Well, if it sounds like it's on, that's a start.
Actually, I think you're just leaking water.
Right, I'm pressing I. That should be on now.
It
Has
went
that
up to
helped
60. It went up to 68, so I think it is working.
Oh. Hey, that's good enough. Could you imagine waiting for your train to work and this just comes hammering through?
You know, when we did the tour with Bahamas, we had a very similar situation. We had a signal stop while we were still around the underground network. So there were people there waiting for the commuter train, and there were us there with Bahamas and a load of Mark 1s casually rocking up.
It's controlled it down the hill. I wouldn't have been able to do that.
Yeah, and it is a 1 in 35.
Fun.
Which is why I'm braking this way rather than the conventional way. Steam locomotive brakes are not designed for such tight limits. Well, let's hope that green's through us.
It has changed to a single green.
Tell you what we'll do, we will A and pause.
We're going for a screenshot.
Well, there's no sign of the train in front of us, so that's good.
Not yet.
Not yet. We will catch up to it, I'm sure.
But you will if you don't stick to the speed limit, I'm sure, yeah.
Let's grab a screeny. Mind the gap.
Here's a thought about something.
Yep.
What are your opinions on North Wales Coastal returning?
I think that's good. Yeah.
I think it's excellent because I'm missing the Holyhead extension.
Did that just tell us to stop?
I think so, but you did like hammer the text away very quickly.
Well, I was screenshotting.
Have you stopped there before?
I think I did, you know.
Let's stop then.
It's a bit late to stop now.
No, we'll make it.
I'll tell you what we can do. We can... Oh no, it's okay. It was a go via. We're picking up passengers from Earls Court. That's fine. We've not screwed up yet. Much.
Step up, because this is not a usual train.
Mind the gap.
Oh, let's turn them off. They off.
They don't sound like they're on. I mean, you can just use F4 and flick on the F4 HUD if you want to, Michael.
Do it properly, you see. Pro here.
Green, green, yellow, red, train, shit.
I mean, I'm not quite sure what they want you to do if that one of them was red.
You see
There
what I
isn't
mean
really-
about there being like no room to stop? That's the other service there. Can you just see it disappearing off?
Oh yeah, yeah. We will catch that then. For
Yeah.
definite.
So we're just
Is-
going to freewheel now and take it nice and steady.
So is there amber or is it just green-red?
Well, there is amber, but the problem is the signals are so close together. Like, if we look on the HUD, like, there's like 0.05 between them. So if you get a red here, or an amber here, you've got plenty of time to stop. If you get one on, like, the next signal we've got now, if that one's at amber and the one after's at red, you've got to try and stop your train in, like, I don't know if this is in miles or kilometres. I think it's in miles.
The F4 HUD is saying the water's on, but I've turned it off.
No, the water is on.
So, when you said it doesn't sound like it's on, I should in
Apparently
fact
it was.
read it is on.
But-
Let's put the cylinder cups on, shall we?
Nah, it'll be right. It doesn't prime this one. It's not got that much advanced script into it, which is a good thing. And we have a yellow signal.
So how long did this take you to do in your test run?
A while. It took me a lot longer than it said it would.
I mean, to be fair, if you've copied a scenario, it probably would say, hey, this is going to take this amount of time with an electric loco.
Yeah. And without having to do all the faffing around like you have to do with firing a steam engine and all the talking you do whilst on a screen.
Yeah.
West Kensington.
I'd floor it through the station if I were you.
I would, but the problem is if I floor it through the station I'll end up in the back of the other service.
Reverb on my end said that obviously most London Transport locals are actually panniers, but this wouldn't look out of place, I don't think.
No, well I was doing some research into it because I wanted something to drive that wasn't Victory Works because the Victory Works scripting wouldn't let me top and tail. It wouldn't let me inject water while top and tailing. So I thought, alright, well I'll have a look at some at Caledonia Works. And I didn't really know what to go for. So I thought, well, I want something fairly small and something that I think will suit the livery. So I went, alright, I'll go for this.
It very much suits it. It's very good. So when we next swap over engines,
Yep.
wherever that is,
Shoot, that was a red.
I'll take over. I'll take over driving and see what I can do.
Yeah.
See how much I can mess it up.
That's a yellow. But I think we're on a green afterwards, so that's good. So someone asked in the chat, do we go into the
Are you
underground?
hoping that them 2 greens are ours?
Yeah, we're hoping so. But we'll take it steady. Earl's Court 1, we're stopping there. So I think we'll take it steady up to there, just because if we do rush it, then we'll only end up in the back of the other service anyway. Such a
Well, that
nice
looks
shot.
good anyway, coming out of the tunnel. So,
Yeah, I love the lighting on it.
can anybody else hear Sam, or is he completely gone?
No, I'm still here.
I have a feeling it's completely gone, but let's go and check his YouTube stream, see if it's him or me,
I am still here, Michael.
because he's still driving, so I don't think he's paying attention.
I am still here. I just had to cough and apparently forgot to unmute myself after I coughed.
Okay, that's alright. I was literally having like one-way conversations.
Yeah, I was responding to your one-way conversations.
I was like, I'll take over driving when we swap ends. Silent. I was like, oh, maybe he doesn't want me to then.
Yeah, that's on me. Right. Well, I forgot what I said, but we'll hope it wasn't something important.
Well, I can't remember what I said either, but I basically said next time we swap engines, I'll take over the driving, see what it's like.
Yep.
I don't think there's anything else that was important. So what you need to do is ignore all the messages and now spam you with trying to say your mic's died.
Yep. I love the lighting when it comes out of the tunnels.
Yeah, it looks good, does that?
Well, that says green, so we'll go for it.
That's confusing. One says red, one says green.
Yep.
That is.
Well, I think the red is for the points.
Oh, don't go. Yeah, you can't go across the points.
So I think it doesn't just tell you whether you can go or not, it tells you what road you're going on.
So I take it TrainSim doesn't take these as tunnels then, does it not?
No, this is actually down to how the route's been built, so if I go on free roam and pause it, they've actually been quite clever with it. So if we, this is what it looks like for us down here.
Yeah.
But if we go up above ground,
Oh, it's built like underground.
it's, well no, because the TrainSim ground is actually here, because we bottom out on the TrainSim ground with a camera.
Oh.
You can't go underground with a free roam camera, which means if they'd built it with all these as proper tunnels, we wouldn't be able to be here.
No.
But we can be here because it's all been built. That's the
like
ground
around.
level. This is all your tracks and your tunnels. And then you've basically just got this black sheet on top, which makes it look like a tunnel. So if you go above ground, it doesn't look very pretty. But if you go underground, which is what it is designed for, it is the London Underground after all. Then
The
you
only
get
reason I was asking is because
this.
I remember last time me opening the firebox to do some firing, completely messing up the entire scenario.
Yeah. That doesn't sound like something you do at all, Michael.
Nah, it doesn't, but it was a mistake. I mean, that'd add a completely different dimension, wouldn't it, if you had to time your firing so you weren't in a tunnel.
Yep. Also, I love how we just had yet another red and green at the same time.
Yeah.
Which one is it? See, that's a red there.
Yeah, that looks like a red for us. Oh wait, now you're blocking some entire point.
I'm only blocking like half of the underground. Oh, and we're
imagine the
going
main-
backwards.
Like the local London news, commuters delayed due to steam engine blocking the line.
Yeah.
Right, I need to put some fire in, don't I?
Yes, you do. I will refuse to take over firing if you leave it in a poor state. Also, we did just completely ignore permission to pass that signal again. But I think we've dawdled that long that we've broken the scenario, so...
Well, I don't think in the timetable for this, there was meant to be a steam engine on it, nor was there meant to be a showcase of a reskin at the start.
Yeah.
Although that was paused, so...
Yep. There you are, I'll leave it up this time so we can actually read it. Watch for signals. Well, we watched for them and then we took the executive decision to not pay attention to them. But that one's at green, so it's all good.
Could I put some coal in, please?
Yeah.
Without you messing with the cameras. Right, you can do what you like for a bit now.
.35 is the speed limit.
Good idea to save.
Yeah. I
feel
really
like
should.
this is one of those scenarios where you could be going well, and then just completely mess up.
It's one of those where when the stock loads in, the AI stock, it could very easily dump file. Let's give it a bit of egg shower.
That is on the other line, so
That's on the other line, so we can ignore it. 1 in 75, so we're getting the engine working a bit. And as the nice notice said, we are on one of the oldest sections of the underground here. Which you can tell by the way it's been built.
Yeah.
And the fact that it has regular brakes to let the steam out. Because of course the district line was actually built as a steam railway. Just like the Metropolitan.
Please stand away from the platform edge. This train doesn't stop here.
Paddington, I think.
Yes, that is... No, that's not Paddington.
Nope, Paddington's the next
a mile
one.
away. That was North something. North Road, maybe?
It was a blur.
I mean, you could have pressed 8 and actually read the sign, but...
Ah, no, that's too much effort. You can't read a sign at 35 mile an hour. You've just got to cross your fingers and hope it wasn't where you wanted to get off. Alright, we're High Street Kensington, maybe? I thought that was the early one.
That was a while back.
Edgware Road we're stopping at.
I was gonna... by the looks of it then, Edgware Road is where we turn back, is it?
I think so, yeah.
Because then it says go via High Street Kensington again, so...
Yeah. Oh, that gives me severe anxiety. It's a dark tunnel and there's a pair of lights in front of you.
At least they were white lights, not red.
Yeah, that's true. Green and white we can live with. Hey, look, we're speeding.
Now we're at Paddington. Look out for a bear.
Now we're at Paddington. There we are. So we're stopping at the next station. So I shall bring up F4.
It did say watch out for the junction coming up, so...
Yeah, that was the
You
red
have been
signal.
warned. You sure?
Yep. Green,
Oh yeah, yeah.
yellow, red. And the problem is live streaming makes everything harder because you're not focusing on what you're doing as much.
Exactly. I mean, so far this stream's taken us an hour, so...
Oh dear, yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure how far we are into it.
I don't think we are an hour into it yet. See, that one was yellow and then that's green. Well, it does some pokery jiggery over the points here, so I have to stop in exactly the right place for it. I have to make sure that you stop.
I mean, it'd be great if you could, if they'd bring Steam on the underground back, but
Be nice to see, wouldn't it?
yeah. 2013, I think the last one ran, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was just a little bit too young to be able to appreciate it then.
Were you meant to have emergency broke then?
Well, I was trying to do a controlled emergency brake, but what happened there is there's a red light at the end of the platform, you see.
It didn't quite fit on, is what you're trying to say.
Well, what I'm trying to say is, yeah, it didn't quite fit. It is a little bit longer than the other thing. Anyway, now we're here, we can
Let's run around.
2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, and we can then badoop,
Hey, I've now
and
got to drive.
yep.
Cool. Anything I should take note of apart from signals, speed limits, or the trains?
Everything. Oh, it's going to be a long stop here.
Oh, is it?
It looks
That's
like
good
it.
'cause that's good because your
Oh,
pressure's
no,
rubbish.
apparently it's not. Head back to HSK, whichever one that is.
Great Kensington.
That's the one.
Although it says go via, so we're not stopping there.
Let's see what F1. That's escape. F1 says go via. Next stop is Gloucester Road 3. And before we set off, we'd best.
Let's put the lamp cord back properly.
Yep. Right, she's all yours, Michael.
Oh, good.
Oh God.
Do you realise what you've done here?
Yep. Hey, look, my water and fire's actually perfectly fine.
I must have left it in a good state for you.
Well, you did only take it, like, till the next station stop.
Oh, wow. Good start.
So,
That's a red light.
that's a red light.
Do I need to reverse back? I'll just wait.
Give me a second. I'm just going to save this before I try and do
I was
this.
going to say, I'll let you deal with the points.
That's where we are. And the signal after the one we want is set to green, so I'd say we YOLO it.
Yo, right. You ready again then?
Yeah, let's YOLO it. So, you do plan on taking the brakes off, don't you?
Yeah. Getting the pressure up.
Yeah. Well, the cylinder tap's open.
You do realise what you've done here, yeah? You put me in charge of it.
I haven't put you in charge at all. You put yourself in charge. You're the one that said you wanted to drive.
Well, but I'd test it out. Never driven it before.
Like I said, bear in mind that you have got TrainSim physics being funny because you've got 2 locos instead of 1 loco.
Yeah.
Mind the gap.
Oh, that's a red. I'm gonna just go with it.
It's also a green, so it's fine.
Underground signalling, huh?
Yeah, I've not got my head round it yet. So 25 and then we're into a 35.
Okay. Let's just put a bit of brake on.
Yeah, we are downhill, I believe.
That's a lot of downhill.
Yeah, and you've got way too much regular.
So I have, yeah.
Like, you can pretty much coast for most of this.
There we go. At least it's coming down a bit now. Let's get rid of that brake pressure.
You know what you said about leaving it in a bad state for Reese?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
For him or for us?
Well, if it's not looking good for us, Reese has got no chance.
Maybe he's watching right now, and we don't know.
Oh, I hope not. He'll be working tomorrow, even if he isn't working tomorrow.
Yeah. Is your boiler pressure meant to be so low?
I have just been injecting.
Ah, fair enough.
And like I said, the physics do weird things when you're double heading.
Yeah. What's the whistles, the tab and the space?
Tab is for permission to pass a red signal. Space is the whistle, but you can also control and space for the short whistle.
Oh, control space.
That will
Fair enough.
short whistle then.
Not B as it usually is then.
No, not B. Control space.
It's green, so I'm taking that as our green.
Yep.
So they drive with the signals on the right then?
I honestly don't have a clue. Sometimes they're on the right, sometimes they're on the left. Sometimes they're green, sometimes they're red, sometimes they're both. If there are any London Underground signalling experts in the chat, please do feel free to tell us how much we've cocked it up.
It's probably easier to explain how much we've got right.
No, it probably isn't.
Are we go via Kensington or stop? Via, that's
Go via.
okay. That's a bit quick. I tell you what, it's quite hard to know how fast you're going when you're in a tunnel.
Yep.
Kind of catches up on you. That's
Yeah,
very quick.
Yeah, you need to slam on the brakes a bit.
It's fine.
We will be taking the inner circle path and stopping at grid 3.
Oh, that really messed me up.
Gloucester Road 3.
Oh, yeah, Sam, some work for you to do because I've just used up all the pressure for you.
Yes, you have, because you can't drive.
I can, I just can't drive in a tunnel.
No, you can't drive.
There's a lot of up and down.
Yep. But like I
I'll give
said,
you that.
you can mostly coast it.
Small greens, I'm going with that.
I'd think about braking if I were you.
Why?
Because you're going 30 mile an hour and we're pulling into a station.
Oh. That's all the brake.
And because we've got a red up ahead and the points won't be set.
Hey, I've done that well. Yes, if you could get the first competition set up, that would be great.
Yeah, because I think we're not actually that far off being nearly end.
Oh. See, I stopped. There is some carriages still left on. So I'm taking that as a win.
You do know we're using suburban stock, right?
Yeah?
You know what the problem is with suburban stock?
Yeah, but I've overcome that problem. Everybody at the last stop moved in. Moved into the back carriage, so it's all good.
The shame of it having to reverse.
But it's not reversing the engine there, so nobody can tell any different. Yeah, well, I weren't far off.
Yeah, you only missed half the train.
Maybe only half the train wanted to get off.
Let's stick that back into forwards. About there. And let people on and off.
Extra haulage for the rail tour money.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure I'm buying that.
Is that halfway?
No, not yet. It tells us when we're about halfway.
Half out.
This is almost as far as we can go because VDT, Virtual District Team, has not excavated the South Circle yet. Translation. Let's see what happens if we try and follow this road up ahead. Yep, all going well. Yep, all going well. Yep, all going well. Yep, all going well. All going well. All going better than I thought it was, actually. I'm fairly certain the track does just stop randomly up here somewhere. Although they might have updated this bit in the most recent release of the route, in which case it will go a bit further. Which it looks like it does. So, there we go. Right, so Michael.
Where are we pulling up to next then?
It's really difficult to see because it's pitch black. But we are just here. Can you see
Somewhere.
there's some points?
Oh, yeah.
So
Yes.
we need the engine to clear the camera here.
Right. Okay. I shall pull forward then.
Yeah. So for anyone just joining us, we are taking the London, no we're not, we're taking the Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway Class 23 in the fictional London Transport livery for a drive on the Virtual District route. The coaches we are using are reskins I am working on of the Caledonian Railway 45-foot coaches. So these are currently work in progress, but I will release these when I've got the decals done for them.
You want the rear loco where the camera is, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. I thought that would be the case, but thought it was better to just double check. Is there a downhill there? Is that flat?
Yes, we're on the
Not
flat.
It just looks like it bends away from the camera there.
Yeah. You can stop
That
anywhere there.
That came a lot quicker than I thought. Although, well done with the signal glow for the route devs there. That's lovely, is that?
I think it's a mixture of TrainSim lighting and the Doobie, what's it? Railwork enhancer settings I've got. So we can slam that in reverse.
Slam it into reverse.
Yeah.
He says. Change ends and work back towards Earl's Court something
Yeah. In fact, what we actually want to do,
is actually switch ends.
switch ends. So we go on view 1, and then where's his loco gone? We want to 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, and then we want to and then we want a 2, 3, 4 again. No, we want a control 2, 3, 4, not 2, 3, 4.
That would be helpful.
There we are.
Maybe
Right.
boil pressure's even less.
Yeah, it's almost like we're on the engine that you completely screwed over before ditching it.
No.
Hey, Michael, this is my driving loco.
It was up at the correct pressure when I left it.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't. Get back on the shovel.
Are you meaning, am I back in fireman role
Yes.
now? Yeah. Okay. I was like, why is my brake keeping going up?
Because this is your firing loco and the other one's my firing loco.
Let me make sure this is the one I can leave for Reese then.
Now we do need to be very careful going over these points. This is the bit where I almost derailed the 6-wheel coaches. Well, actually, I tell a lie. The first time I did it, I did derail the 6-wheel coaches.
Well, wasn't really built for this job, was it?
No, but it's more the fact that look at how sharp that curve is.
Yeah, that looks incredibly sharp.
We'll follow the engine on the back when it goes through.
It's black and you can still see where the how sharp it is.
Yep. So there's the last loco. And yeah.
Is that lamp red or
Red.
white?
Yeah, it's sharp. Right. Back in the saddle again. 30.
Alright, what do I need? Help? Probably. Actually, well, I think we'll be alright at the minute. As long as they don't floor it.
Oh.
Paul Clare, thank you very much for the follow. If you, for those on our end, if you enter the word London into our chat, then you can be entered into the competition to win a calendar. That doesn't look very cleared, but we'll go with it.
No, it's just another wibbly point, that's all. And I believe we are actually stopping here as well. Back
Good.
at Earl's Court again.
Sam, have you stopped too quickly here?
Maybe. Can't help it, the boiler pressure's that low, I can't do anything.
It's not my fault, I didn't leave it in this mess.
He says, after doing precisely just that.
The previous fireman did it.
Ew, said the modern train. Platform 4. Oh yeah, I think we'll go to Wimbledon next.
It really is a proper tour then, is it?
Yeah. It's yeah, if I just quickly save, if I go on the map view, so we started off here.
Right, I'm just going to quickly put my Be Right Back screen on
Yep.
and quickly do something while we stopped.
So we started here, we went up here, and we went all the way up there, and then we've come back down here, and then we've gone back over here, and then we're going down here. And then we go all the way from down there, back up to the middle again, and then across down there, and then back up, and that's it.
Sounds simple.
Yeah, it's not.
Right, let me get everybody back to seeing what they should be seeing. There we go.
Do you want me to do
Paul, yeah, you can do.
Do you want me to do that again for the benefit of the people that you
That
just
missed
blocked?
it, yeah. Yeah,
So,
could you do that again?
we're about an hour into the tour. So I think Wimbledon might be the halfway point. So that might be where we stop the stream. So if you want to...
How many things have we got left to do in the entire scenario then?
Well, that said, we are about an hour into the tour.
Right.
And it's supposed to be a 3-hour scenario, so we've got about half an hour or so left tonight. So I was just saying about how much of a tour it is. We started off here. We went all the way up here to this corner. We then went all the way back down, along here, up here, and along here to here. We then went all the way back down, and we then went across here, but we only went as far as somewhere on here, because the rest of those stations hadn't actually been put in when this scenario was written. So we'll then go back out to where we are now, which is here. So we'll then go down here now to Wimbledon, which is here. And then after Wimbledon we'll go back the way we've come again, but that'll be on tomorrow's stream.
With either me or Reese, depending on work commitment.
Yeah.
Or whether he's seen this stream and thought, yeah. I really probably should have been doing some. No, that's all alright, is the and I could do it a bit of water, but
Yeah, it's not bad.
just the boiler pressure doesn't seem to be going up.
I mean, it helps if you had your dampers open.
Oh. You see, some of the locals have them on by default.
We'll take it nice and steady as we pull away from here. .20 and then we go to a 35. Nice and steady. I love how you've got all the animated motion and everything. He really does a stellar job of his locos, does Chris? So, I think we don't have any other stock in our way, so we should be able to just plough on.
So the only thing stopping us at the minute is my firing ability.
Yes.
Right.
While we're out here, let's get some nice
Open air shots.
open air shots. Before once more we head down into the underground. Nice choice for a
Say-
headboard, was that?
Yeah, it was a really good headboard, does that?
We're just complimenting you on your fine headboard choice.
Yeah, I had to very much take some liberties because underground is such a long word.
Yeah. I think it works out quite nicely though, and it's quite a nice name for a rail tour, I think.
Sounds like one of those like charity rail tours or something like this time it's personal or whatever.
Yeah. Something really nice about the lighting on this route, and taking a steam engine on around it as well is just really nice.
Yeah, it's done a good job. Is the injectors on, if you could tell me?
No. Honestly, I would just use the F4 hood with it.
Would, but I can't. You've turned my mouse off.
Ah, yeah, I did, didn't I? Well, you'll have to do it the difficult way, then.
I'm clicking, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
I mean, you could do it, to be fair.
I could, but where would be the fun in helping you out?
I'm not sure.
It's just save that while the screens get the frame rate gets a bit iffy.
So yeah, people in our chat, if you enter the code London, you will be entered into the competition to win one of our calendars.
That's a red signal,
That is a very big red signal, Sam.
but it's fine because the one after is green.
That was very lucky, Sam.
Don't know what you're talking about.
And you say I'm bad.
Green. It's fine, if you've got a green signal immediately after the red one, you just ignore the red one. Otherwise your train gets robbed. So we've been on the underground and now we're on the overground underground. Truly is a fantastic network, isn't it?
It's very different to anything else in TrainSim.
Yeah. We'll ignore that 20 mile an hour zone. And that 10 mile an hour zone.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
That looks very quick, Sam.
We're about to cross over into the Network Rail part of the Wim Road. There we are. Network Rail speed rules are different. That was the red again, which we ignored. We're doing good, aren't we, here? But do you know what? We know it's not a proper red signal, because if it's a proper red signal, then it'll slam on the brakes for us.
We should kind of know that way then.
That's my logic anyway. So as I said, because it's so hilly and up and downy and flat and it varies so much, you can coast quite a bit.
Yeah.
Also, I love how you're blowing off
injectors are not-
despite the fact that we only have 94 psi in the boiler.
Yeah, I'm trying rather hard to get this water level up, but it doesn't seem to be going up very quickly.
No, but it is going up at least.
Oh, it is. Oh, it is going up now. I've spent the last 2 minutes mashing the K and I buttons.
Twenty, 30, 45, so we can ignore all of them. Green. Green. We'll gloss over that.
Okay, what's going on there then?
I don't know, but it didn't do that last time I looked in these. So we'll not look out of the passenger window then.
Is that a route issue or a carriage issue, would you say?
I think it's a carriage issue, but I'm not entirely sure. It's TrainSim, who knows?
Just blame TrainSim, I think.
Could even
It's
be a
probably
loco issue.
I mean, that's where it gets a bit confusing.
Oh yeah, but TrainSim does stuff like that. I've had it before where I tried fitting a child object to the AP Mark 1s. Oh boy, that were fun. It made the entire Mark 1 completely and totally vanish in terms of appearance, but it was actually still there. And it wouldn't allow you to go in the cab view of the engine. Whichever engine you put down, if you had that one coach on the route, it would not allow you to go in the cab view of any engine.
Wow, that's a bit crazy.
That's TrainSim.
It'll be fixed at some point, I'm sure.
Well, it's probably just me that's done something dodgy with my child object, but... Shall we have a bit of a turn of speed?
Why? Because we've still got just 90 psi.
Well, according to the F4 HUD, we have 129.
Oh, it's one of those.
This is what I mean about the physics getting a bit skew-iffy when you have two steam engines on the same train.
I wonder why, though.
TrainSim, innit? It's trying to load two sets of scripts at once. Because steam engines are much more complicated than diesels or electrics in game, and steam engines aren't particularly designed to work with other units.
Yeah, it's just how, like, it obviously knows you're not... It's not trying to drive both engines here, is it? Otherwise it'd be pulling against each other, wouldn't it?
Yeah. And that's Wimbledon in the distance. A mile away.
A mile away. Try and dump everything out of this engine for reason, is that what you're trying to say?
No.
What, in case it's not halfway?
Yep. How's your competition going?
Not too bad. But yeah, if anyone on your end wants to come across and put it in, then feel free.
Yep. I don't think I've actually linked you. But it's,
Wow.
what is it, twitch.RailAdvent, something like that?
It is twitch.tv/RailAdvent.
Ooh, I were close.
You're close, yeah.
Failing that, just Google RailAdvent Twitch and that should take you there.
That would probably do the same, yeah. Enter the word London into our chat and You got a chance?
Yellow. So we've got permission to pass the next red signal. The problem is, the next red signal is the end of the platform.
Oh. Good.
So we have permission to pass the end of the platform. Hey, there's fun going out with a bang. So, who fancies a bit of tennis?
No, it's 10:48.
No, I don't have Wii Sports anymore.
Let's get a screenshot to document the fact that we made it.
Made it this far.
We made it this far. So we open the doors.
Is this where we do this and it doesn't say anything?
Oh, don't say that. It's got to say something. Well, I think this is where it tells us we're halfway through. There we are, 90 minutes into the tour.
There we go. So
I
you
will
want me to
now
go and,
save. Right, and that's it. So you can draw your competition now, I think, Michael.
do you want me to release your reskin first?
It's alright, you can draw the competition and then we'll stick the reskin live after that. As long as we don't save it again now, it'll pick up from just that save line, so we can spend a bit of time having a look around it.
So what you're saying is I haven't left it in a bad state for Reese.
Well, you've left him with like 300 gallons to do the rest of the tour, and we started with about 1,000, so...
Jesus Christ.
And of course, it's the London Underground, so there's no water towers.
Oh, that's good. Right, we're going to contact the winner after the stream, so you do what your bit for the reskin.
Yeah, go on then, if you've got it ready to stick live.
I can release it for you now and make that link active for you.
Righty-ho, and I should probably actually go and...
you should probably
go on the
your
website
viewers
and actually put the link up, shouldn't I?
Yeah, well, it's live now. You can.
Tell you what I'll do as well. So I will go and put it on the. I will go put the link on the website and share it around everywhere as usual. If you head over to RailAdvent, it's on there as well.
It is.
I'll log in again.
Yeah, I do think it does look quite smart on the engine, I think.
I mean, red looks smart on any engine.
It's my magical colour scheme. I've used this particular shade of red and this particular shade of straw lining on many reskins, and it just looks good on every single thing you stick it on. It really does.
Well, that's your second reskin of a Lancashire and Yorkshire 23 done.
Yep, and I've not yet done one that's realistic. But at least this one is a real livery, if fictionally applied.
Yep.
The coaches I'm working on, I can have a look at them as well while we're here.
I was going to say, we didn't have a look at the coaches really when we started, did we?
Nope. But I have literally just clobbered the decals on. As you can tell by the fact that loads are still LMS ones, loads have been really badly photoshopped, and loads have been squashed and stretched quite a lot, and are in the right place on the coach, but it's okay. I haven't done the number one either yet. But that's on the to-do list. But yeah, so I might release an unbranded version of these with no numbers or logos or anything, just because there's some fairly nice generic plain coaches you could run with a fair bit of stuff.
Yeah. The option's there, isn't it, I guess?
Yeah.
Or just make your own Genesis coaches.
Yeah. And then the other side of it
It's a bit dirty.
is a bit dirty. This one's been in the tunnels a bit longer.
Yeah.
But
It was
still,
worked hard if I drove it.
they've still polished the brass up though.
Well, it's like on the RHTT thing, when they get dirty, they have to clean the number off.
Yeah. Builder's
It's
plate's been
realistic
polished
in that,
up. Brass on the front's
And
been done.
and they've polished up the headboard.
Well, I think the headboard's been put on after it got mucky, rather than just left on it. So yeah, you've got the headboard can't be toggled on and off on the engine, but you have 4 bin files. So you have two. You have clean with a headboard, you have weathered, and you have weathered with a headboard. So there's a few options there for you. They're set up to use the same dynamic numbering system that Caledonia Works uses on this particular livery, which is the default L and Y one. So you can change all the numbers on it, you can change whether you've got the builder plate on or not. I think you can change the type of smokebox door on it as well. So there's plenty of customization options there available. So yeah. Thank you for everyone that's come along and had a nosy.
Well, thank you for inviting me as well. So.
Aye. Thanks to Ethan as well once more for the headboard on it, and thanks to Chris once more for the textures to allow the weathering. And I think...
So, yeah, good luck tomorrow with Reese.
yeah, we're going to need it.
If Reese is unavailable, obviously I will jump in.
Yep.
But yeah, thank you for everyone on my end for joining us. It is available out now, isn't it? RailAdvent.co.uk/sim.
Right, and I think we'll call it a day at that. So thank you very much for coming along, and good night.
So yeah, thank you everybody for joining on my end. If Reese isn't available tomorrow, then I'll see you tomorrow night. If not, I'll see you again soon.